About 2 weeks ago, I woke up in the middle of the night after having a terrible nightmare. The nightmare was about me having a terrible accident in the woods, bleeding to death, and not having anyone or being able to get a hold of anyone to help me. I thought about that as I lay in bed all morning, and I resolved to do something about it. And so the first thing I did was contacted my friend, the Skinny Medic. Most of you who follow my YouTube channel, many of you are going to have seen his channel. He's a new friend of mine, and he's a super squared away paramedic, and he started a business of putting together really high quality first aid kits, trauma kits. Skinny has got a lot of experience. He's a national registered EMT medic, and I sent him an email because when I was putting together my kit, this one here that I've shared with you before, that I wanted to have when I was out with the chainsaw and working with axes and all these edge tools, was largely based on videos that I'd watched from his channel. He has a lot more experience with major trauma than I do, and he's my go-to for all of that information. So I sent him an email, and he gave me a call, and we talked about this, and I said, Skinny, I want you to put together a kit that's going to be able to deal with major traumas. I'm talking chainsaw wounds. I'm talking major axes. You know, there's so many of you guys that are swinging axes and hatchets now because of my videos that you've restored them, and you've learned to put really, really sharp edges on them, scary sharp edges I'd even call it, and the potential for one of us, or not only myself, but you as well, from having an accident is increased. And it happens so fast. I've had so many near misses, and I have not been very diligent about having this with me all the time. This is something right here, a kit, that will make the difference between life or death. And I'm not being over dramatic. I absolutely believe that. So when I talked to Skinny, and I kind of told him what I wanted to do and put together, he said, I got you covered, man. I'm going to send you out a couple things, and I think that this is going to fit the bill for you perfectly. And he's right. This pack, he showed up, he sent me some medical supplies, but this is the particular pack that he had in mind for me and for those of us that are out in the woods using our saws and axes, and it's the individual hemorrhage control kit. Now, I'm not making... This is not a financial thing for me. I'm not making any money off this at all. I just want to get this into people's hands, and I want you to know that these things are available. It's kind of hard to know what to put together if you're not a medic, and there's lots of stuff out there, and there's a lot of ideas, and this is not a boo-boo first aid kit. This is not for dealing with having band-aids and bee stings and this type of thing. This is a serious, hardcore life or death trauma kit. This is including the things that you're going to need to stop hemorrhaging and to stop bleeding, and this has nothing to do with basic first aid. Again, a total hardcore trauma kit. This is a life-saving kit right here. So I told Skinny, I said I'm happy to send some people your way because I think it's important to have these things in our kit. Absolutely, and I am going to make sure that I'm always having these and pushing these, because whether you put your own together or you get one from Skinny, it doesn't make any difference as long as you have these major components put together. So let me show you mine first, kind of in the philosophy behind it. So I think, kind of I don't know if the backbone of it, but a major component of it is the time tourniquet. Now, tourniquets, you may have heard, it was a while back. Tourniquets have been used forever, since the dawn of time. And then, as a few years ago, you started hearing people saying, "Oh, don't use tourniquets because someone could lose an arm." But once they found out that that's a stupid philosophy, because, well, yeah, maybe you lose an arm, but what's better, to die or to lose an arm? So if you can't control the bleeding, the idea of not putting a tourniquet on, it's just ludicrous. And so this is something. These tourniquets are cutting edge, top quality, the best of the best, the time one-handed tourniquets. And I'm not going to go into all the details of the function of these, but these were, I think, pretty much came about and were developed for combat medicine. And it's a tourniquet that you can apply on your thigh or on your arms or on anything and tighten and use and do it with one hand. Go to Skinny's site. There's a lot of sites out there on YouTube that show you how to use these, but this here is pretty much one of the backbones of the whole kit. In addition to the tourniquet and the hemorrhage kit, you're going to have a compression trauma dressing, which is similar to the one that I have, or it's going to be similar to an Israeli type of bandage. What this is this is going to be a bandage, a gauze dressing that will wrap around an arm that has a pressure bar on it that will hold compression on a wound to help stop the bleeding. These here have been used in the military for a long time with really great success, and they are really a complement and go well with the cat tourniquet. The third of the four things in here is going to be a large, really heavy-duty combat kind of a trauma dressing. You can see it in there. It's really thick. It's a blood sponge. It's something you can pack into a wound or a major gash. You'll pack it into and then wrap it with the pressure dressing. And then if you need additional work to stop the blood, you're going to have the cat tourniquet. So it's a really, really strong 1, 2, 3 punch. And all of these are things that are simple to use. They're not overly complicated and can be the difference between life or death. The last thing that Skinny's included in here is a pair of really good nitrite gloves. They're really high quality. I think they're nitrite. I believe they are. High quality gloves that are not going to tear out on you like the real cheap ones. They're a good quality item. And the thing that I really enjoy about this pack is the way it's sealed in this really super heavy duty plastic bag. If you look at mine, you can see my cat tourniquet from being, this is something that I attach on my Fowler's belt, it is getting pretty dirty and grimy. You know, and all of that stuff is going to be introduced into a wound. It's not a very good system to have it like I do. Yes, the trauma dressing is sealed and those other things, but it's just something to consider. So having it all in a kind of a vacuum sealed packet like this is really fabulous, and it's a tough packet that's going to be absolutely waterproof. You've got your little indentations right there so you can tear it open. You're not going to have to try to fiddle with a knife or anything. This is something you can get your teeth on and tear open and get into it immediately. It's going to be very clean. It's going to protect all of the components in there, and I think that that's really important. With this bag, you're going to have a little Molly type of a pouch. It's something that's similar to this. I don't know if you can order this without it. We talked about that, and I said, you know, maybe it might be best for us to make this kit available to everyone and let them choose their own pack. I carry this on the side of my Fowler's belt. I kind of like this bag. I think it's a 511 bag. It's a 511 bag with the rip out mollies, and I like the idea of having the tourniquet on the outside because it was quick access. I didn't have to fool around with the zipper, but that's all. I think it's just a very personal thing, a very personal personal preference for how you want to do it. But I think at least you should get this. So, you know, I mean, if you're a girlfriend or a wife and your husband does this type of work, even if you don't, even take on the responsibility for those around you that may be doing that type of work and have this available. It could save someone's life. You could save a father and a husband or a son or a daughter. Who knows what it could be, but it's for such a small investment to have something like this, I think, is really important. And if you don't want to make an investment in this and you work in a high hazard area, contact your employer. And press upon him or her the importance of having these or having a couple of these in the work area, and make sure everyone knows how to use them and break them open and take a look at them and know that they're there. Because, man, what a shame to lose your life in a logging accident or an axe or cut yourself with a knife in a remote area for lack of having something that's so small and light and portable, and there's no reason why you shouldn't have it around. So it's really upon my heart to do this, and Skinny is a YouTube channel that I subscribe to, and I've watched all of his videos, and he really knows what he's talking about. Good Christian family, homeschooling family, just wonderful people, and this is a business that he started that I want to help him out with. So if you go to his website, you can go to skinnymedic.com. I'll put it in the link in the subject heading as well. And you put in the code Wranglerstar. I think that's what it is. Wranglerstar, you can get 10% off. And that's going to put this kit, I believe this kit with the bag, a similar bag to this right here, is going to be around $79, I think, with your discount, right around there. It sounds very expensive, but I'll tell you, I spent just as much as that putting my own kit together, and I think that I got a counterfeit tourniquet. Yeah, believe it or not, there's counterfeits for everything. And the thing about ordering from Skinny is you're getting the very, very best stuff, the highest quality stuff. You're going to get a proper name brand tourniquet. It's not going to fail on you. You're going to get things that are, the best money can buy. And what a great little kit. And he's done all the work for us to put this together, throw it in the pack, and man, what a peace of mind this would be. So that's my that's it. I just wanted to I want to make sure you get these in your hands, and what a great birthday gift or Christmas gift. How much better would this be than something that's useless, or a useless piece of electronics that we're just going to throw away? It's going to grow obsolete. Something like this, I would be very, very excited to get this and to receive this as a gift. So yeah, that's it. So he has lots of other things. He's got some innovative things. There's one item he sent me that I kind of like is their own design, is a Kydex snap lock. It's got a really clever lock. It's kind of a CRKT type of latch there. I think they make it there. If you want to just go really, really bare bones and just have the tourniquet, it's custom made, that Kydex, to fit in there. You integrate the heavy Velcro on the side there, and you can have this on your belt if you don't want to pack something like this around. But man, at minimum, if you're working with chainsaws and you have your Faller's belt on, this should be on there. At minimum, this should be on there, absolutely. So lots of different things. So good news is we have a giveaway too. So Skinny sent me a couple of these. So I want to give one of these away. I'm not going to give you mine, sorry. I have one for myself and one for Mrs. Wranglerstar. But I do have a third, and I'm going to give that away. And how you enter to win this is leave a comment. You just have to leave a comment in this video, and we'll use the infamous randomizer, and one of you will win this trauma kit. It's an $80 value, and I don't think there's any one of you that wouldn't be really excited to have something like this. So thanks again for Skinny for putting this stuff together, and for just running a great company and making these things available, and all of the time and effort that he has put into his YouTube channel as well, to help people learn how to use this stuff and to be safe, and to, I think, like his logo says, you never know when you're going to be a first responder. But something like this could be, and has been, a lifesaver for a lot of people. So subscribe to Skinny's channel. I'll put a link in the end. Go on over there, leave a comment, tell him I said hi, and get yourself one of these, because I think it's important.